friends, are you ready to get baking in the kitchen? Okay, I know I am. So my next recipe, I've been making recipes that I find on my social media for you pages, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. And they seem to find their way to me, okay? And all the yummy ones most definitely find their way to me, and I keep saving and saving them, and my list of recipes I want to make, it's getting long. It's getting long. Yeah. You know how Santa has his list for Christmas? Yeah, my list for recipes to make is getting as long as his list. Okay, I keep adding to it, and it's like all these yummy recipes, and the majority of them come from, I'm finding, come from Instagram and TikTok. A few trickle in from Facebook, but the majority of them is Instagram and TikTok. Now, TikTok, right before Christmas, I started following a girl. I think she's from Newfoundland, and I made one of her recipes, and it was with the jubes. They were squares, and they were so stinking good. It was like shortbread bottom, and I think cream cheese was involved, so you know cream cheese is involved. The recipe is going to be phenomenal. I'm gonna try to say that word 5 times fast. And they were like, I couldn't stop eating them. They were so good. So that's like, it was one of those recipes where I made it for the first time. It's like, yep, I'm gonna be making that again because it was that good, and it's gonna be added to my recipe list. You know how we all have our recipe list that we always bake at Christmas time? Well, that is going on that list because they were really good. And then I started following another guy on TikTok that he bakes yummy desserts, and it's like, okay, that looks good. Okay, that looks good. Save. And we're going to be busy in the kitchen for a while, okay, trying all these yummy recipes. They find their way to me. They really do. The algorithm knows what it's doing, okay? Yeah. It really does. The last recipe I made was dill pickle dip. Now that one was really good, fantastic, scrumptious, and we made that for the Super Bowl weekend, and we ate the leftovers the next day. So good. But next time I make it, I'm going to use bread and butter pickles because Casey didn't like the dill pickle. It was a little bit too strong of a taste. So it doesn't matter what kind of pickles you use, you know, it'll still be good. Yeah, because if you don't like dill pickle taste, because it is strong, yeah, switch up the dill pickle for a sweeter, you know, bread and butter pickle. And okay. And yeah, it was really good. And I ran out of chips and pretzels when we had leftovers, so I used the Kellogg's Townhouse crackers. Oh my gosh, those crackers were so good with that dip. Like, yeah, there was no dip left after that. Yeah, we ate the leftovers. Yeah, but the crackers, they were so good. Oh yeah, really good. So, this recipe is apple cinnamon oatmeal cups, muffins. Pretty much, muffins. And if you watched last week's thrifting trip / haul, you saw that I grabbed this cute, adorable, unique cupcake shaped muffin tin. I've never seen anything like this, and the hubby showed it on Poshmark Live and people were wanting it. And it's like, no, it's mine. But I do know what to look for. But like, I've never, all my years of thrifting, which is like pretty much a long time because I've been thrifting since I was a kid. My mom would take me thrifting, and I got hooked. Same with yard sales. So, yeah, pretty much a long time I've been thrifting, and all these years of thrifting or going to yard sales, I have never seen anything like this. This is so unique and different and so cute. And in the video, I said there was 13. There was an extra cup section. I just don't know how to count. I don't know how to do math, apparently, because there's 12. There's 12 muffin sections here, but I think because it does look deceiving because they're like placed differently, so like especially with this one on the top, it's really deceiving, and you're like, oh, that's 13, you know, and you apparently forget how to count. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to be using that, but I am going to be using muffin liners. I usually don't use muffin liners, but I want to try and keep this clean as possible, you know, so, yeah, so I'm going to use muffin liners. I'll just, put oil on it so they don't stick. Usually I don't, because it's just, I never saw the point, because when you rip them off, you throw them in the garbage anyways, but I want this to stay clean. I don't want to be scraping or scrubbing batter off of it when it's done. Yeah, and the only thing I had to buy for this was the apples, of course, maple syrup, and actually vegetable oil. I didn't know I needed this, so I just looked at the recipe this morning, and of course I knew I needed syrup and apple, but I didn't realize I needed vegetable oil. But I could have used melted butter as a substitute. But yeah, good thing I bought that. Yeah, so let's get started. I already have my apple chopped up. The oven is preheated to 350. Let's toss everything in big red here. Mix her up and place her in the cute muffin tin. Alright, so we are starting with 1 cup of oats, 1.5 cup of flour. So last Friday, Henry had his birthday party. His good friend that he always hangs out with at school, and he had fun. Now, if you remember, I mentioned Casey was a little bit upset because, you know, he didn't get, you know, invited, even though it's like they have separate friends. And Henry's been invited to 2 parties, and actually no, he's been invited to 3, but he couldn't make it to 1. So this was like his 3rd party, but 2nd one that he was actually able to go to. And it's not like he gets invited like every weekend, but you know, it's hard. Yeah, when your sibling gets invited, and even though, like, you know, he doesn't play with his friend, you know, they don't really hang out at recess or nothing. But, you know, it's still hard. That's one of the hard part about being a kid, when you want to be invited somewhere, but you're not. And you don't feel included. Yeah, I think some of us forget what it's like to be a kid. And we need to remember that, you know what, being a kid isn't always easy. No. Alright, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. But I did get Frosties and fries, and we dunked our fries in our Frosties. Now, I know that's not everybody's liking, you know, but for me, that's one of the best tasting combinations because it's the sweetness and the saltiness put together. It is so good. And I'll do it with I will do it with not Sunday, but a vanilla ice cream cone at McDonald's. And I'll take the fry and go, you know, run it up, run it up on the ice cream, you know, get a good chunk on there, and I'll do that. Yeah, it's just so good. And I get it, like, not everybody's gonna like that. It's acquired taste, and I had a comment on a short I posted, and it was WTF. Well, he got his little booty blocked right away, because we all know what WTF stands for, I can't talk, stands for, right? Like, WTF doesn't stand for what's the frog, you know, what the frog, you know, like, it doesn't stand for that, no, like, it stands for, yeah, something that rhymes with duck, you know, and it's like, yep, no, I just don't understand. If you don't like what you're seeing, you don't understand why somebody would like this, scroll on, you know, so, like, I noticed it right away, and, yeah, that's not allowed on my page. I delete. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Yeah. Making sure it's baking powder, not baking soda. I have mixed up those two before. Yeah. But it's like, you know what? Just scroll on. Just scroll on. You don't like what you see? Scroll on. Don't stop wasting your time. And if you don't want to get blocked, don't leave comments like that. Don't be rude, you know, towards me. Don't give me any like healthy tips. Yep, I get those. I get the healthy tips. You know, oh, you have more energy if you work out, and you know you feel an improvement, and it's always on my shorts. Always on my shorts. And if you stick to a certain amount of calories, and it's like, yep, scroll on, bugger off. You know, like honestly, oh, I know. I don't know. Who gives like fitness advice to a perfect stranger, you know? And it's like the first time commenting. Like, ugh, I don't know. All right, so 1/3 cup of, oh, this is gluten-free. It smells good. Maple syrup. Now this does say sugar-free, so I'm always iffy when something says sugar-free. Oh. Oh, yo, you can tell it's sugar-free. Yeah, that's okay. I'm sure you won't taste it as much. I was going to say you can't tell, but I'm like, nope, there it is. Okay, and 1/4 cup of oil. I'm sure I won't taste it as much in muffins, but I would notice it if I put it on waffle. I need the sugar. I just do. Go. And last ingredient, oh, besides the apples, is 1 cup of milk. And I'll mix this and I'll toss in the apple. There we go. Oh, let me put that lid back on. The maple syrup before I spill it, knock it over, because that's what will happen. There we go. Okay. Now it doesn't say how many of these make. It just says bake for 20 minutes at 350. So, and now you can, it says optional, melt some peanut butter and put it on top. But I would like to send one to school with Casey, and they are peanut-free school, so I won't be able to do that, which is fine. That's just optional. And you can put extra cinnamon too on top. Alright, here is my apple all chopped up. Probably a little bit more than a cup, but you know what? A little extra apple. It will keep the doctors away for a while. Yeah, apple a day keeps the doctor away. Really? Prove it. Yeah. There we go. Smells good. Okay, I'm going to get my tray all set up, put some stuff away, and I'll be back. And before I forget, while I do this, I put the oil over there. I need oil. Henry came home Friday night, so like we had a great time, and we were watching, Casey and I, we were watching one of the Spider-Man movies. I think the Tobey Maguire ones. We watched all 8 Spider movies. I really wish Andrew Garfield got a 3rd Spider-Man, but he didn't, and I guess because of a dispute with Sony. I'm not sure if that was around the time Sony was fighting over the rights of Spider-Man. But that's what I could find out, because it might go sucks. Tobey Maguire got 3 movies and Tom Holland got 2 movies. You know, I would love to see another movie of Andrew Garfield. Yeah, so we watched all those, and we finished watching all of Tom Holland Spider-Mans, and then we finished watching all of Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, which I absolutely love. Nostalgic Tobey Maguire. Henry loves Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. Casey loves Tom Holland as Spider-Man because he's funny. And he is. They each have their own twist, you know, put on Spider-Man. But I do love Tobey Maguire because it's just that brings back memories. Like, we had superhero movies. We had Batman, and we had yeah, Superman. That was it. Oh, and X-Men. But we got Spider-Man. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. You know, I don't know. It was Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man was before X-Men, though, wasn't it? Like, Spider-Man. No, Spider-Man wasn't the first Marvel movie. You know, do you know which one? Which Marvel movie was it? The first Marvel movie? It's a cheesy movie, and it did not do good at the box office. Howard the Duck. I remember watching that. I probably should not have watched it because it was not age appropriate, but I remember watching that, Howard the Duck. It's cheesy. It's cheesy. But that one, I just found that out because the boys were talking about it, because I think Howard the Duck makes an appearance somewhere, and I'm not sure where. And I was like, how do you know about Howard the Duck? But YouTube, you know, YouTube. I mean, yeah. But it was just like funny. It's like, oh my gosh, that brings back memories. And yeah, they did not do good. But yeah, when Spider-Man came out, I was like, oh my gosh, it was such a big deal. It was exciting. And then we started watching the Avengers. And it doesn't matter how many times I watch the Avengers or any Marvel movie. And the reason I like these movies is because there's always something that you missed. It doesn't matter how many times you watched it. There's always something you pick up later. And it's like, why didn't I hear that the first time? You know, there was a scene, okay, and it was Infinity War, I think, Avengers Infinity War, and Spider-Man. It was the second appearance for Spider-Man, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and the first appearance was in Civil War, and Avengers Infinity. That one, he was up in space with Iron Man, okay? And of course he's up in space, he's losing air, so he falls backwards, and all of a sudden his suit changes, it's iron, and he goes, Mr. Stark, it smells like a new car. And I cracked up because it's like, I don't remember that, you know. That's what I mean. Like, you could watch it like 20, 30 times, and there'll still be something that you never paid attention to before. And then, was it in this one? I think so, when Star-Lord called Thanos Grimace. He actually called him Grimace because he's purple. Anyway, that was funny. And we just finished watching the third Thor, so we're on a Marvel movie kick, as you can see. Yeah, we were right before school started, the fourth, I think, yeah, the fourth Thor movie. Yeah. I love the first three, but the fourth Thor movie is not my favorite. It's probably my least favorite of the Thor movies. Yeah, it was okay, but... And let's talk about Cate Blanchett, how she can play a good character, like in Lord of the Rings, okay? She plays, you know, elf, supreme elf, or whatever, you know, her title is. Okay, to something that is good and is against evil and wants that ring destroyed, right? To Thor's sister that he didn't know about, but she ain't a nice sister. She is a you-know-what, okay? She is. Yeah, but to play those two characters and like to pull it off, like that's a talented actress to pull that off, because her performance was amazing in both Lord of the Rings and Thor. I would use spray, but I don't have any spray. That's why I'm using oil. Works just as well. There we go. Alright, that should do it. Right. But yeah, we just been on a Marvel movie. Casey loves Marvel. He loves Marvel. Yeah. and what's not to love. Superheroes that kick butt. Alright, let's fill up these babies. We'll see how many we get. You know what? I'm gonna grab another spatula. Making a mess. It's what I do best. That's right. Welcome to real life cooking show in a real life kitchen with dishes in the sink. Hey-o! Well, that's alright, because it will get done till nighttime. There we go, that looks good. Don't want to overfill them. I'm here all week. Don't forget the tip. Something was in my coffee this morning. Oh, Bailey's. Just kidding. I did have some Baileys. I think it was family day, yeah. Little yummy, little extra yumminess in your coffee. Right, scoop out some. There we go. There we go. Gives you a little extra perk in your step. I went to Tim Hortons, had like their Bailey's coffee, and I didn't like it. I'm like, yeah, that's because it's non-alcoholic. I like the real stuff. Yeah, it has to be alcohol. Yeah, Bailey's. And I know why they can't have the alcohol, because then they would have to have a license. But yeah. Oh, and like, COVID, we had an arcade in town, and they opened probably a year, maybe like around a year or two before the pandemic, and they were fun. And there was a restaurant, and there was bowling, laser tag. You can have your parties there, you know, if you are willing to give up an arm and a leg because they're pricey. I don't know how anybody affords kids parties. Yeah. When you go to places like that, they cost so much money. Well, I'm getting quite a bit. Yeah, pretty good. I'm just going to add a little bit more in these ones. I'm just trying to make sure I don't overfill them. But unfortunately, when the pandemic came and they did curbside, you know, for the restaurant, it affected them and they had to close. Well, somebody bought it, not just one person or two. A group of people, 10 people, bought it, and they're keeping the bowling alley and the restaurant. I'm not sure about the laser tag, but so far, like, the bowling alley and the restaurant are being kept, and they are in the middle of getting games because some of the games had to get sold, unfortunately, so they are purchasing games. So it's very exciting because we don't have any arcades around us, and we love arcades. Yeah, they're fun. I went there for my birthday one year. We took Henry there for a birthday right there. One year for his birthday, we took him. But unfortunately, like, they were they were playing, and I hope Henry will go back and won't remember, because we went to the restaurant to get lunch, and they were playing this movie. It was an old movie. It was probably from the 70s. There was a fire, and that scene just scared him. And of course, he was facing the TV, right? And of course, it was like a movie, and it wasn't like sports. You know, they had sports on the other TVs by the bar, but that made him want to leave. He didn't want to stick around. You know, he still had a fun time, but, you know, it made him want to leave. And I sang happy birthday to him. It was so cute, but he gets like that, and I don't blame him, because even for me, it was kind of a scary scene. Yeah, there was fire everywhere and people were trying to get out. There were a lot of people, like maybe like 3 people. Yeah, so, but yeah, hopefully, if I go to the restaurant, eat there, we will, just double check the TVs. Yeah. But so happy that somebody else bought it because, like, we don't have a Chuck E. Cheese, and Chuck E. Cheese sucked anyways. Like, Chuck E. Cheese, okay, closed. We did have one. Chuck E. Cheese closed, I think, in 2018, so the year before the pandemic. And we've been there. We took the boys there when they had a birthday party, or we just took them when, you know, okay, let's, you know, we need something to do. Let's do this. But their food, their pizza tastes like cardboard. So it was like when they closed, it's like, yeah, it's no surprise. Yeah, they had okay games, but not the best. Yeah, so that'll be great when this opens. They're working on it. I'm not sure if it'll be open for March break or, yeah, March break is in 2 weeks, which is crazy. Before you know it, it's gonna be summer vacation. All right, I think I am satisfied. I think I still have a few left, but here is the first tray. Can't really see it, but there we go. All right, I'm gonna pop this in and cross my fingers. Yummy, yummy. Look at that. Hang on, I need a better grip. Oh, the kitchen smells fabulous. Look at that. Yum. Alright, I'm gonna let these cool, but they did take 20 minutes, and I will take them out and finish them up. Yeah. They smell really, really good. Yeah. Oh, and I forgot to mention, because I was talking about Marvel movies, and I got sidetracked. My mind is all over the place. It's been a stressful 4 months. Yeah, 4 months with everything going on with the reno, and there's other stuff going on. It's just, yeah. But I totally forgot. Friday night, because I was talking about what, you know, Friday night we're having fun, we're watching the Marvel movies. I totally forgot, when Henry came home, he brought home a birthday cake for Casey, but not just a birthday cake, a goodie bag too, with treats inside, with suckers and rockets. We call them rockets. You guys in the States call them Smarties. They're not our favorite candy. I don't really like them. I think they taste like chalk. I don't personally know what chalk tastes like, but if chalk tasted like something, they would taste like rockets. I just don't really like them. But yeah, he got lots of suckers, and he got a juice box, an apple juice box, and it was just a really sweet and thoughtful thing to do, and us moms, you know, we appreciate that. I was surprised, and Casey was surprised. It was a very nice surprise, and it made his night even better. And he had the apple juice box, and now this was kind of like a surprise to me, because I haven't bought any juice boxes in a long time. I used to buy them for the kids for their lunches, but I would buy the, I think, 21 pack. And they used to be, I'm not sure how much they are now, but when I first started buying them, they were under $4 or 3 something. And then they slowly gone up, or they went up, and then they were like 4 something. I'm not sure. They've probably been more now. And I just stopped buying them, and it wasn't worth for me, because I have to buy, you know, I have to pack 2 5 days a week. You know, if I bought them in the smaller packages, you don't get a lot. You only get, like, I think 6, and that's, you know, I have to buy multiple packs of those. So it's like the better option for me was to buy the big pack, the 21 pack. But they went up, and then, like, you know, to a price where I didn't want to pay. And honestly, I'm curious to know how much they are now. But the boys weren't really drinking the juice boxes at school, so it's like I stopped buying them, and I was so surprised there was a paper straw instead of plastic. So yeah, it was a surprise for me, because I haven't bought them in a couple years, and it's like, oh my gosh, yes, paper straws even in your juice box. Although plastic is supposed to make a comeback. the plastic bags and straws. I just haven't seen it yet. Okay, I think I'm going to take these out, but they look really good. I'll just peel one back a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. That smells good too. Yeah, going back to the Marvel movies, X-Men was out before Spider-Man. I knew they were out at the same time, around the same time, but I couldn't remember which one came out first. So it was X-Men. X-Men, the first X-Men movie came out in 2000, and then 2002 came the first Spider-Man. So like, this was like all exciting and new for us, you know, because well, we had Batman and we had Superman, but technology came a little bit farther since those days, yeah. And even now, technology is a lot farther than those movies were back then. And yeah, you know, and we watch the Marvel movies every time we see Stan Lee, which, by the way, I miss. In the newer Marvel movies, I miss Stan Lee. I think everybody does. When he makes an appearance, he did what Alfred Hitchcock used to do in his movies. He would make an appearance, and we love that. And like every time he made an appearance, Casey would go, Stan Lee! You know, it's like, I miss that. Oh, yeah, he's missed. Yeah, but yeah, it's like I got sidetracked, you know, superheroes and Marvel, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's been crazy here. We're just taking it day by day, and yeah. Yeah, anyways, well, that is cool. I think that's all I had to mention. Yeah, but that was it. That made his night, getting those treats. And the cake was good. It was a big piece of cake, guys. It was big. It was a mini layer cake, you can tell. It was a big slab of cake, so big that Casey couldn't finish it all. So I, being the good mom that I am, stepped up to the plate and I finished the last 4 bites for him, and it was really good. Really good. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh, you can't finish that? I'll take care of it. Alright, so I got my cutting board right here. I'm glad I used the cups, the liners. Keep my tray nice and clean. Spick and span. There we go. Yeah, and going back to Howard the Duck, because when I googled it, you know, cheesy movies. It is a cheesy movie, but you know what? Sometimes cheesy movies are fun to watch because especially when you need a good laugh, you know. Yeah, but that's what Google said. Google said that it was Marvel's first movie, but some people think Blade was Marvel's first movie. I didn't know that Howard the Duck was a comic book. You know, I was like, I had no idea. So, yeah. And like, I don't really consider that as a Marvel movie because yeah, it's a comic book, but he didn't have any superpowers. He was just a duck. You know, like he went quack. Oh no. But yeah, some people think Blade. Yeah, Blade. For me, it would be like X-Men and Spider-Man. Yeah, because that's when they started to get the Marvel movies out and they started to become popular, and we didn't know what we were in for. You know, like we had X-Men and Spider-Man, which was a great start, but you know, later on down the road we got Iron Man, Avengers, Captain America, you know, Thor, Spider-Man, Hulk, although Hulk really hasn't had any decent movies out. No. Hulk needs a movie. He needs a good movie. Alright, I'm going to finish this up and I'll be right back. We'll taste test one. Altogether, I got 16, which is really, really good. Usually when I do muffins, I get like 12 to 15. So, that's really good. I forgot to do this last time. I made muffins and I had empty muffin sections. Fill them up with water halfway, and then that way you don't smell the burning. Now there's no debris on here, but I'm still going to do it just in case. Better to be safe than sorry. The last time I made muffins and the hubby was like, something's burning. And I'm like, oh no, it's just the debris on the tin. Yeah. There we go. Alright, I'm going to toss this back in and we'll taste taste test one. All right, let's see. These have cooled off. Comes undone. The wrapper. Very nice. Look at all those apples. I probably could have diced them up small, but that's okay. We like a good chunky apple. Yes, we do. Mmm. That is good, and it'll go great with a cup of coffee. Yeah. Or two. You know what it tastes like? Apple crumble. Apple crumble. Mmm. That's really good. Two thumbs up. Now the syrup, I can taste it a little bit, but it's not as bad because I have the sweetness of the apple to set that taste off. So, but probably I will get, I just didn't want to get, you know, because the next cheapest option for maple syrup was $5, but the thing was like so small, like, you know, it was like this bottle, it was like a shot glass pretty much, you know. Ridiculous. But my mom and dad go to Costco, so I'll add that to my list. That's really good. Alright, so that's it for this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and chit-chatting and making these delicious apple cinnamon cups. But aka muffins. You know. Really good. I approve. On to the next recipe. I want to make a cookie recipe. I want to make some cookies. So that one will be next. From the one cookbook that I can get to because it's on a popcorn maker. I think I had it pulled out for Christmas because I was looking through recipes. So that's like the only cookbook that I can get to. My other cookbooks are buried. Here's a mattress and there's just stuff in the way and we're just disorganized over here. And we will be until the red nose time. Yeah. That's really good. Alright guys, so I'll see you next guys in the next fun video. Take care, be blessed, and as always, ta-ta for now. Bye. Bye.